You've now seen how to guard against silent context degradation and recover exploration state after a crash. That keeps you moving, but it doesn't tell you whether the results you're getting are actually reliable. In this module, we shift from recovery to judgment, learning when to distrust the aggregate accuracy number, how to calibrate your own confidence in the system's output, and how to sample what you automate so you catch errors before they compound. By the end of this module, you can distrust the aggregate accuracy number and calibrate confidence and sample what you automate. Here is how this module builds up. Segmented accuracy analysis means you don't look at one number for the whole pipeline. You break performance down by document type and by field. It is not the same as setting a single confidence threshold and automating everything above it. That's the distinction people get wrong. A threshold is a blunt instrument that assumes uniform performance, but real-world extraction is lumpy. Segmented analysis shows you exactly where the lumps are. Without this, the failure is silent and expensive. You automate high-confidence extraction based on a 97% headline number, and for months you're pushing wrong data from handwritten addenda into your ERP. Invoices get paid to the wrong entities, compliance reports are wrong, and you don't notice until an audit. The cost is not just rework, it's trust in the whole automation program. Segmented analysis prevents that by keeping human review exactly where the model is weak. Let's work the handwritten addenda case. You have 90% standard invoices extracting at 99% accuracy, and 10% handwritten addenda at 79%. But inside the addenda, one field, say, remittance advice line items, is near zero. The aggregate 97% looks great, but if you automate everything above a confidence score, that near zero field will still produce high confidence wrong answers because the model is confidently wrong on that pattern. The alternative is to automate only the standard invoices segment, which passes, and keep human review on the addenda. That loses you some efficiency, but it keeps your data clean. The other cases, different document types, different fields, follow the same pattern, and they're on the page. The rule that holds outside any exam is this: automation decisions must be per segment. You never flip a switch based on an aggregate accuracy number. And you reject the idea of a single confidence threshold because it bypasses the language understanding you are paying for. A threshold says if the model is confident, trust it, but on the bad segment, the model is confidently wrong. You need to know where it's wrong, and that requires segment-level analysis. This is true whether you're extracting invoices, classifying support tickets, or parsing contracts. In the exam, expect a scenario where someone presents a 97% or 98% aggregate accuracy and proposes dropping human review. The distractor is the confidence threshold approach. It sounds reasonable and efficient, but it's the wrong answer because it doesn't catch the segment that's failing. The correct response is to demand a breakdown by document type and field, and to automate only the segments that pass. This is testcraft. They want to see that you distrust the aggregate and think in segments. Calibration is the process of turning a model's self-reported confidence into a true probability. A raw score of 0.94 does not mean the extraction is correct 94% of the time, it means the model assigned a high weight internally. To make it usable for routing, you compare those scores against a labeled validation set where you know the right answers, and you adjust the mapping. The boundary is this: calibration is not about improving accuracy, it is about making the confidence score trustworthy. Someone could confuse it with prompt engineering or model fine-tuning, but it is a separate statistical step that happens after the model outputs. Without calibration, your routing is arbitrary. You will send correct extractions to review because the model was modest, and you will let errors through because the model was overconfident. That wastes reviewer capacity and erodes trust. Without ongoing stratified sampling, you have no signal on the quality of the work you automated. Inputs drift, new document layouts, new phrasings, new edge cases, and your error rate climbs silently. You will only discover it when a customer complains or a downstream system breaks. Routing ambiguity is the last defense. A document that contradicts itself cannot be resolved by confidence alone. Skipping it means you automate the ingestion of nonsense, and that cost compounds through every system that consumes the output. Take a document extraction pipeline. You have a validation set of 500 documents with known correct values for each field. You run the model and get raw confidence scores, For the total amount field, scores range from 0.6 to 0.99. You bucket them and find that in the 0.9 to 0.95 bucket, only 82% of extractions were correct. That raw 0.94 is not a 94% chance, it is an 82% chance. You calibrate by mapping each raw score to its empirical probability. Now you set a routing threshold, anything below 0.8 calibrated probability goes to review. The alternative of using raw scores would have let those 18% errors through. For sampling, you stratify by document type, invoices, receipts, contracts, and by field, pulling a random sample each week. This catches drift. If a new invoice format appears, your error rate on total amount spikes in the sample, and you catch it before it becomes a business problem. The other cases, routing classifiers or sampling once, lose because they either bypass the language understanding you are paying for or miss temporal drift entirely. The durable rule is, confidence scores are not probabilities until you prove they are, and you must keep proving it. Calibration is not a one-time setup, it is a maintenance task you repeat when the model updates or the data changes. Sampling is not a launch day checkbox, it is an ongoing measurement system. And ambiguity routing is not a nice-to-have, it is a separate signal that protects your pipeline from garbage in. When the author rejects using a routing classifier, the reason is not that classifiers are bad, it is that they bypass the language understanding you are paying for. A classifier trained on document features cannot tell you that the model misunderstood a sentence, only confidence calibration on the extraction itself can. This is tested by giving you a scenario where a model outputs confidence scores and asking what you must do before using them for routing. The distractor is using the raw scores directly, it feels actionable, but it is the wrong answer everywhere else on the exam. Here it becomes right only when paired with calibration. The other trap is proposing a one-time audit sample at launch. That sounds responsible, but the exam expects you to know that error patterns emerge over time, so sampling must be ongoing. Remember the author's caution, self-reported confidence is the wrong answer except in this specific context, because the consequence of a miss is a human review, not an automated action with financial impact. So remember, a high overall accuracy number can mask a terrible category. Calibrate confidence scores so they actually match real-world correctness. And always sample what you automate, or you'll never see the failures.